best, but just being utter assholes about it, it would be the Young Bucks. Because frankly, that's the team you want to see doing it. Because everyone else would be like, see, we told you that we're the best. The Young Bucks would be just like, you guys are shit. You know?
Yeah. Maybe
they might be the team to do it.
And then world where maybe Kenny Omega does beat Okada and become heavyweight champion.
It could happen.
And
it might be an interesting story if it does. And that's the thing. Like, that's the best way to establish the Bullet Club as still the fighting force.
If they have at least the majority of the belts.
The majority of the belts, and then you sort of go, fuck, you can't really say they're on the way out.
Yeah.
So.
No, good for them.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Match number 11, Super J final. Kushida.
Yeah.
Kenmaru. Way too much interference.
Yeah.
Way too fucking
much. That was what I was alluding to earlier.
Even over Bullet Club level. Like this.
That's what I was alluding to earlier. This would have been a good match if it wasn't for the interference. I can't even say I enjoyed the match because of that. And I know that's really rough to say, but
Desperado, and then Liger on the other side helping out Kushida
and shit.
I think Taguchi as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just
wasn't worth. It wasn't worth watching.
Like what was in the ring was great.
Sure, but it was so sparse.
But every 5 minutes, someone's knocking somebody off the apron, or somebody's kicking somebody off them, or something.
In a world where you don't even do this tournament once a year, where it's like once whenever they feel like it you don't do this.
And this whole show was littered with Suzuki Gun
it doesn't
boldly cheating.
Yeah, it put a sour note on the whole thing. I'm not gonna lie. It was too busy. The match would have been excellent because what we saw, there was something there, but I just didn't enjoy it because it was just anytime I was getting into it for a minute and then somebody else would interfere and I just lose my interest in it. Interference can be a great thing in pro wrestling, but it should not be done this much at all. So I don't know. I just didn't care by the end of it.
No, thank you.
No.
Good to Kushida win.
Mm-hmm.
He gets his little Super J robe.
Yep.
He's now not only a WGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, but also
he's got
the holder of the J Cup.
Yeah, which is great.
Well done there.
Yeah, but I would have preferred him to win it in a wrestling match.
Yes, please.
You know?
So that was unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
We end with WWE, who had themselves a hell of a week.
They had a bunch of shit happen.
Some shit went down. We'll get to it.
Uh-huh.
Go start SmackDown.
Yes.
We're going to burn through this because it was Go Home Show. I think it was better Go Home Show than Raw.
Oh, much better. But, frankly, SmackDown every week has been better than Raw, except for the first week.
Kind of true. Start with Randy and Slater in the back with Daniel Bryan and Shane. Slater's like, well, I do like this. I do like this a lot because he references something that happened last week. And this doesn't happen enough in wrestling.
Yes.
Where it's like, I watched the tape back. You guys offered me a contract.
Yeah, I saw that, and then
I want it now.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, sorry, we don't have it.
Yeah.
And there's a fruit basket involved. Like, I think he got to a fruit basket to apologize for calling Shane Stephanie and Daniel Mick. So Randy grabs an apple, goes, I think I can figure something out. Takes a bite of the apple, and then awkward silence, and then intro. We find out later that it's Slater versus Randy.
Yeah, that was weird, but Slater's over.
Oh my god!
I mean, I actually said a joke. I don't know if I said it on this show, but I definitely said it to somebody outside where I'm just like, Slater's might be the most over thing and probably one of the most entertaining things they got right now.
You know what?
And then apparently everyone else saw it too.
This screams Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
From a few years back. Like this groundswell of this guy who never got a shot. And it screams that. Miz TV is interrupted by Dean. And Dolph. Again, they get into a screaming match. Well, Dolph screaming. Dean's just being like, kind of a super cool dude, Fonzie, whatever.
I really liked the way this went.
Oh, I love it. Where Dolph's just like, he's ramping up, and just what do you think? You're going to have one move left, and then just super kick.
Yeah.
And then just says, you're gonna realize that I'm just that damn good, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it was great how just mid-sentence stopped super kick.
And it's like, oh, wow.
They catch them off guard.
That works.
And then I do like how they said, they come back from break, and they go, during the break this happened, and then it shows Miz calling out, or making fun of Apollo Creed. He's like, oh, Apollo Creed, you don't even mean anything, and then Apollo Creed comes out and beats him up. So that was their
Mm-hmm.
That's the Intercontinental Championship match happening.
Yeah, well, that was how the match went, too, so.
American Alpha, Hype Bros, Usos, beat the Vaudevillains Ascension, and Breezango. We forgot the Usos and Breezango last week when we were mentioning the tag teams on SmackDown.
Yeah, except everybody else forgot them, too, so who cares?
Well, not true. I mean,
Breezango. I like them. Don't get me wrong. I even have a kind of a soft spot for the Usos, and Breezango, I want them to be a big thing.
This is 6 teams, though. This is a tag division.
It is a thing. Yeah, no, it's a legit division, and I hope it gets treated well. I just am realistic.
Fair enough.
You know?
No contest between Eva Marie and Naomi. What do you think of Naomi's new fucking...
It's bright.
Glow-tastic.
It's bright. I'll give it that. Anything to get her noticed.
Yeah.
Because, frankly, she's going to get left by the wayside if she doesn't do something.
And it's good that she's a face again.
Yeah.
Because she's a good face.
Yeah.
What was the excuse for Eva? She was stuck in traffic.
Yeah, she's stuck in traffic. They said she'll be there momentarily or some such shit.
Well, I love that he's like, ever enchanting, beguiling, and does the whole thing. Yeah. Eva Marie is
stuck in traffic. and like... Oh my god, this was so good. But
Eva Marie will also be stuck in traffic for the next 30 days because she was popped.
Yep.
For Adderall, everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite drug of choice,
here's the
Adderall.
Thing. I do need to talk about this because I've been following this story because it fascinated the shit out of me.
To a lesser extent, because no one really cares. Alberto Del Rio and Paige were also popped.
I feel like this was just a reason.
They can enjoy the next 30 days and just go back to wherever they are and just fuck each other's brains out for the next 30 days. So
honestly,
go ahead.
I think that's why they did it. So, and frankly, both of them are potentially on the way out of the company because it looks like management's kind of pissed at them because, reasons.
So whatever.
But yeah, no, I do need to talk about the Eva one because it's proof that they're not like Eva Marie and definitely to more of extent her husband are not paying attention to news or anything that's going on in the world. Because her husband just immediately went to Twitter, which I'm like, if I were Eva Marie, I'd be like, stop doing that.
You're embarrassing me.
You're going to get me in trouble. Because he was just like, when you find out what it is, it's going to shock you. And then it came out it was Adderall, which I immediately thought, I'm like, well, that must be what he's thinking of. I'm like, isn't that what they said that fucking Roman got popped for?
That's why I think that was the rumor for Roman, and it was what Adam Rose got popped
for. So I'm like, okay, first of all, it's not going to be that shocking because it's on the list because 2 other people have been fucking pinched for it.
Well, I think the story was that you could have it.
Yeah.
As long as you file the right paperwork, because it's
a legit drug.
It's a legit drug that you need to what is it?
Sleeping? It's for ADD, I believe.
Well, it's ADHD.
Yeah,
but it also could be used as a stimulant.
It can.
That's the problem, right?
But that's usually if you don't have ADHD, it can be used as a stimulant. So,
but
if you have the right paperwork, they're generally cool. Either she couldn't produce it, or she didn't have the right paperwork.
I think it was a matter of, she didn't file in time or some nonsense.
But that is still a thing. People are aware of it. So don't... it just seems strange.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's actually going to help the gimmick.
Oh, it absolutely will help
the gimmick. Because you could just be like, Miss Eva Marie is...
not going to be here for the next 30 days or something.
No, you could just every week literally just come up with a new excuse.
She's not going to be here, because...
We all know why she's not there, but in storyline...
I mean, in a world where you got to keep the real world separate from the wrestling world, do it.
Yeah.
Have her supposedly be there every week, and the crowd will boo and freak out, and then, frankly, they'll boo even more if they keep saying that she's supposed to be there, and then she doesn't show up because she can't.
Yeah.
AJ
asking ADR to soften up John Cena for him.
Yeah.
Good job. Kurt Hawkins is coming.
Yeah.
And it's Hawkins facts. And they're pretty much recycled old fucking Chuck Norris facts.
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool, Kurt Hawkins. I don't care.
Nope.
Sorry,
not
Kurt.
even a little. I didn't care about you before. I think you were one of the people I've used here.
Probably.
Yeah.
Slater defeats Randy via DQ. Technically wins the match.
Yeah, but he's half dead.
So, well, why couldn't he?
He was, he got RKO'd and then he was out of it because remember now if you get, even though this never used to happen in the past, but if you get RKO'd now, you are completely dead to the world. So he was out of his fucking mind, like, I can't fucking see anything, and then they offered him the contract to sign while he's on the table being
so this is
on.
then, what was the thing last week?
Last week was...
Because he apologized.
Last week was him bitching and moaning
right.
fuck you guys, you're not giving me a contract, blah, blah, blah. And then he walked away, and then they're like, well, I guess we're not giving him this.
This is the week
where they gave him the contract, he went to sign it, and they pulled it away.
This is the week where he thinks one was Stephanie, the other one's Mick.
This week, I believe, is just Shane wants to be a dick. Because I don't get it. And by the way, we saw the contract, which I absolutely love. The contract is my favorite thing in the world. Just has the SmackDown logo on it, just says Heath Ledger, and a line underneath.
Meh.
That's the contract to be on SmackDown. Oh my God, I want that to be real.
That is just literally your name and sign your name.
God, I want that to be real.
Dean beats Eric Rowan, and Bray Wyatt straight up leaves. Puts a sheet mask on his chair and leaves, symbolizing that he's done with him.
I don't want that, because I'm the only one who likes fucking Eric Rowan.
You and his mama, I think that's it.
Yeah, so I don't want this to be over, because then Eric Rowan is literally a heel jobber now.
Or future endeavored.
Or future endeavored. So no, please.
Yeah, either way. Becky and Carmella beat Natty and Bliss.
Yeah.
Eva and Naomi also come out. There's going to be a 6-woman match. Eva was suspended, so there's going to be a replacement. We find out who the replacement is on Sunday. Main event was actually pretty good. Cena, Alberto Del Rio. These guys have danced before, so they know each other. So it was a pretty good match. Cena gets the win going into SummerSlam, so that's cool. NXT was a nothing show.
Yep.
Hideo beats Mustafa Ali, and like Sean Maluda was actually more impressive here than he was in the CWC.
He was, yeah.
But Hideo is a big thing now.
Yep. Good.
Regal giving Billy Kay. So Billy Kay's like, I want a match. Give me a match. I'm important. Hey, I was on SmackDown once.
I can't wait to talk about Billy Kay on TakeOver, man.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Liv Morgan. Carmella.
Yep.
Nikki Glenn Cross.
Yep.
Debuting Nikki Glenn Cross.
Sure.
Taking on Daria Bernardo.
Yep.
Bernardo, which I believe is a tough enough person.
I think so.
Mandy Rose, who you would see on every week on Total Divas.
Yeah.
And Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
So a couple of debuts. So this is basically the women's division now in an NXT.
Pretty much.
You throw Billy Kay in there, you throw the now debuted Ember Moon in there, and Asuka.
Yeah. Take away, I think you take away Alexa Bliss, don't you?
Oh, wait, yeah.
Bliss she was in the match.
Well, Bliss and Carm are out.
Yeah, they're finishing up their NXT run.
So Daria, Mandy, Liv, Nikki Glenn Cross, Billy Kay, Ember Moon,
and
Asuka.
That's a decent division.
I'll
take it. Yeah.
You can even maybe throw in Tessa Blanchard. I guess if they signed her, I don't even know if that's an official thing.
I don't know yet, but I got to assume they would.
And Liv, Nikki, and Carmella get the win. Well done there.
Because reasons.
CWC. Tozawa, Gallagher. Unfortunately, Jack is eliminated.
Done, but he better get a fucking contract.
He should.
Yeah.
But Akira Tozawa gets the win.
Yeah.
Decent enough match. Jack Gallagher's so good though.
He really is. When
he turned Akira Tozawa into a fucking ball.
Yeah.
And Tozawa just tries to get out.
Yeah,
he literally can't
get out because his own limbs are stopping him. That's a thing.
That's how someone needs to win a last man standing
match.
Yes. you hog tie a guy to himself, and he can't answer the bell.
Oh my God, I need to see that now. That needs to be a thing. I'm sure Gallagher is basically. I'm sure he's got a contract unless he doesn't want one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Noam Dar.
Yes.
Again, one of our boys defeats Ho Ho Lun.
Man, my boys are dropping left and right here, man.
So Noam beats Ho Ho.
Yeah.
And the main event. Tony Nese, the Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick gets the win.
I'm surprised by this.
Skinny little Brian Kendrick. Yeah. He's that hoss of a gentleman.
The Brian Kendrick.
Oh, wait, we can also throw Tony Nese in that group of ball of muscle guys.
You can. I'm honestly surprised how far they've pushed Brian Kendrick in this, other than...
Well, he's in the division.
Yeah.
He was in that video package on Raw.
I know that. I know he is, because he's fucking the Brian Kendrick. He's the guy. It's just strange that they're going this far in the tournament when he doesn't necessarily need to be, other than they want to just keep some of the other guys learning under him because he's been around forever and a day.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's weird.
But that's it.
Yeah.
For the CWC.
First of many odd booking choices this week.
There's, how many left? I think there's another 3 or another 2 matches next week. I think another 3.
I think another 3 next week. And then